What's going on, guys? I want to start off by saying that I saw this build in a different YouTube video, which I'll have linked down in the description. I thought it was a fantastic build. Unfortunately, though, I couldn't find a tutorial on how to make it. So I took it upon myself to figure out how he made it and looked at some of the details that I saw in the video and utilized that to create something as far as the exterior is concerned is the exact same. Now, I will preface everything by saying that I had already built this once, and then I went to move my camp, and long story short, I had to scrap the blueprint and start from scratch. So you will see that my stored inventory is exactly what I needed. And in fact, I actually made this one a little bit bigger, so you'll actually see where I build new items. I believe I had to build new foundations with ramps. I also had to do some of the foundations and a couple other things. So without further ado, first and foremost, I started off by laying down a flat foundation. I did that to kind of judge how wide I could make it. And luckily, because I built on the golf course, I was able to have a really nice flat surface to work with, and it actually worked out. It took me a couple tries, so what we're seeing right now is not the first time I worked on this build. This is probably like the fourth or fifth time, just because there are a couple deviations in the ground on the golf course. At this point, I realized right here that my flat was not going, or that I wouldn't be able to get any more of the ramped pieces. So then I ended with the flat piece. Now you have to add another flat piece. Of course, I was having hell with the snapping because it's Fallout, and it's Fallout 76 and the snapping is awesome. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'll just start doing the foundation with ramps. I did all that, and then you'll notice that the ends, I cut them in one block short, and then I put a flat foundation kind of diagonal from the original corner pieces. And you'll see why near the end of the build, why that's really important. It has to deal with the ceiling tile pieces. So kind of fast forward here. As you can see, I'm still having trouble laying things down. I look at it from the front just to make sure everything looks good. Right here, I'm counting how wide I have it. So I knew that it was an odd number. So I wanted to make sure that I took out the middle piece, just OCD. At this point, I needed to lay down a foundation piece, and I kind of had a brain fart. I put down a foundation piece, and I went to put my vault door down against the foundation with the ramp, and unfortunately that's just not going to work for obvious reasons. So you'll actually see me take out that other foundation with the ramp and put in a double-sided wall. In this build, you'll see me do a lot of double-sided walls, and I only do that to where each room can have its own wallpaper. If you don't know how to do that, the simple solution, the simple answer rather, is put down. I have always had luck with the steel. I don't know if there's like a weird thing with the wood door frames, but put down a steel door frame and then put another steel door frame on top of it. And what that does is that allows you to put wallpaper on both sides of the wall. So each room in your house can have a different wallpaper, which was very, very crucial for me because I really, really wanted to make sure that each room had its own kind of vibe, if you will. So kind of fast forwarding a little bit, you'll see I finally get the door frames in. I put the vault door down. I put the wallpaper onto the wall. At that point, now it's kind of rinse and repeat for the other three sides. Just make sure that you end the row with a flat floor, and then diagonal from that, you're going to want to put in another flat floor, and then the foundation with the ramps. You're going to do that all the way around, and then after that, corrugated top arch pieces. The key thing to these, and I learned this the hard way. This is one of the parts that um, I had a lot of trouble with because I didn't understand it at first. So if you see on the corrugated top arch, there is the vertical wood slats. Ensure that those are inside, facing towards the flat foundation. Otherwise, it won't lay right, and it's super frustrating. I don't know why I had so much trouble with that when I first built this. I make it look easy on this one, but I had a lot of trouble with it. Afterwards, you're going to want to use a barn roof. I use the second variant, the kind of the corner piece. I use that on all four sides, and then after that, I laid the rest of the foundation on the inside. I made all one specific floor, and that was just for OCD sake. After that, I attempted to lay the roofs down without any walls, which kind of a dumb move on my part, but it is what it is. At this point, I added the double door frame for the front door. I then put down a set of stairs and then onto the painstaking roof installation, which was driving me bonkers. But we finally got it taken care of. And then the inside came down to what some people call fleshing out the inside. At this point, I needed to figure out what kind of layout I wanted. At this point, I had no clue what I wanted to do yet or how I wanted to handle it. So I just started laying down door frames, a bunch of door frames. I knew I wanted to line all of the walls, and that was to cover up the gaps between the foundation with the ramps. I started laying down the different rooms and things like that. One thing I will say about this build that is kind of annoying. So on the inside of the foundation with the ramps, there's an invisible wall that causes you to walk up. And because of that, you have to take away things from, you can't put anything up against the wall like a workbench or anything, because as soon as you're done using the workbench, you kind of will glitch into that invisible wall, and the only way out of it is to fast travel out of it, and it's super annoying. So I got really frustrated and decided just to pull everything off the wall. I also made a faux wall just to where nobody would get into that kind of glitched area. So at this point, I'm basically done with the gist of each of the rooms. This build in all took me, interior and exterior took me about an hour. I know I could have done it a lot quicker, but I did run into a few situations that were slowing me down a little bit. But this is it. Again, all the credit goes to the original creator, which his video will be linked down in the description, where he did something way cooler than I could ever do with this. I just really loved how the exterior looked. I just wanted to flesh out the interior to make it a little bit more me. But all kudos go to him. And yeah, that's about it. I had a lot of fun with this build. Again, all thanks go to the original creator, which again, his video will be linked down in the description. If you have any questions about this build or any other questions, please feel free to leave a comment. And I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.